Hi, welcome to the episode 1 of Beyond the Closet with Tamara. Today I have the pleasure of speaking with one of the most relatable voices in social media for over a decade. She's none other than our Subhiksha Venkat. What is that Madras connect for you?
My entire life changed because of Chennai.
Chennai girls எல்லாருக்குமே வந்து they can kind of replicate what you're doing.
Because I've stayed authentic to myself and I've owned up to my style. As a content creator, it has really helped me understand brands. People do think influencing is enna pandranga, they just come, they dress up and go and that's all. They get paid for it.
We need content, we need influencers, we need the brands. I mean, the brands need these too, and of course, nothing without our audience. Hi, Subhiksha.
Hi, Divya.
Welcome to the show. I'm super happy that you're doing the first episode with us.
It honestly feels like a full circle moment that I'm getting to do this. Both of us started it almost together, so it feels so special that I'm again the first part of your new journey here.
You were literally the first influencer who walked into Tamara. I started in December 2016 and it was Christmas. I was thinking, should I open the store? Open pannalama vanamanu. Then it was like when Santa Claus only walked into my store on December 25th, first time. I don't know if you remember. On Christmas Day, you walked into Tamara and that's when this whole influencer marketing, everything started. Okay. I don't know it was called influencer. You were called a blogger back then.
Yeah. Influencer was way recent.
Yeah,
no?
After COVID.
After COVID, yeah.
I wanted to ask you, Subhiksha, you've kept your personal style very, girl next door and very relatable. Like Chennai girls, எல்லாருக்குமே வந்து they can kind of replicate what you're doing or it's very relatable, right? How have you managed to do that over the years?
I think it's about staying authentic. ஸோ உன்னோட பர்சனல் ஸ்டைல் இதுதான் அப்படின்றது வந்து யூ ஷுட் ஓன் அப் டு இட் அண்ட் யூ ஷுடன் பி லைக் இவங்க இப்படி பண்ணுறாங்க ஸோ லெட் மீ டூ தட் தென் இட் இஸ் கோன் பி டெம்பரரி ஸோ இஃப் சே ஐம் ஏபிள் டு கீப் அப் டு மை ஸ்டைல் ஃபார் அ லாங் பீரியட் ஆஃப் டைம் இட்ஸ் பிகாஸ் ஐவ் ஸ்டேட் authentic to myself and I've owned up to my style. Whether it's experimental or casual, I've owned up to it. So I feel that is something that's very important for girls also, to understand what works for them, what is their personal preference and going, towards it. So I think that's how I was able to stay relevant.
See, but you've grown up in Dubai, right? Your ventures like Made in Madras, Katari Madras, everything has like a Madras connect. What is that Madras connect for you and has it impacted your fashion sense or influenced your fashion sense?
Full on Chennai ponnu da. I was born here, even though I was raised in Dubai. I came back here and my entire life changed because of Chennai, because of people of Chennai who gave me the liberty to do whatever I wanted to and supported me till now. I think even for you, I think Chennai people have played a major role in terms of, supporting your fits and fabrics and all that. So எனக்கு வந்து Chennai is very, very special and I am very proud to carry that with me. So even when I started my company, I made sure that I needed to have that as part of me.
What is Katari Madras? Can you tell us what you do?
It was a happy accident in Sollam. Because of my experience in Instagram, I started helping out other people, who are struggling with building their brands on social media. So one led to another. I was helping a friend and then I was helping 2 friends and then it became 3 friends and then it became having one person to help me out, to help them out. We are doing digital marketing for brands. So we are a social media and creative marketing agency. So apart from doing the regular technical work, we also do creative work and I think we have a strong team of people who help do that.
Has it helped that you've been an influencer, you've been on the influencing side for Katari Madras? Has it been helpful?
I think it really helps. Like experience always plays a major role. So because of my experience on Instagram as a content creator or as a regular viewer, it has really helped me understand brands. So technical vida innum இன்டெப்த்தாக வந்து இந்த மாதிரி பண்ணால் பிராண்ட்ஸ்க்கு ஒர்க் அவுட் ஆகும், இந்த மாதிரி பண்ணால் பீப்புளுக்கு ஒர்க் அவுட் ஆகும் அப்படின்னு ரொம்ப தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டேன். அண்ட் ஆல்சோ பிகாஸ் ஐ வாஸ் pretty comfortable in front of the camera, it was easier for me to convince people and it just got easier for me to adapt to this.
So you worked with a lot of high profile personalities like one of my favorites, Shreya Ghoshal. So what is it like working with these people? Is there any change in the kind of the way you work or how is it like?
I should ask you that because I worked with 1 or 2 people, but through Tamara you've worked with like everybody including Nayanthara, right? So na solradhu irkattum nee solla, how was the experience working with?
We very rarely get to directly work with them. Mostly we work with stylists so that way a little bit calm. We keep doing our work so we don't actually face them.
Okay, I'm going to ask one controversial question. I know you're supposed to ask me, but நான் கேட்குறேன். you worked with Nayanthara, Kirti Suresh and so many other Samantha. யார் வந்து ரொம்ப கஷ்டமா இருந்துச்சு ஒர்க் பண்ண, யார் ரொம்ப லைக் ஜாலியாக இருந்துச்சு ஒர்க் பண்ண?
தெரியல. ஐ மீன் எங்களுக்கு வந்து கஷ்டம்லாம் எப்படி சொல்ல முடியும்? ஐ மீன் அவங்க
not in a bad way. Maybe they're so like fashionably like particular about what they want.
இல்லை ஆக்சுவலி மேபி கீர்த்தி இஸ் ஃபேஷன் ஸ்டூடெண்ட் ஹர் செல்ஃப். ஸோ அதனால் ஷீ இஸ் வெரி பர்டிகுலர் அபவுட் த ஃபிட் எல்லாம். அது வந்து இட் மேக்ஸ் அஸ் லேர்ன் ஓன்லி. லைக் எதுக்கு இவ்வளோ கரெக்ஷன் சொல்கிறாங்கன்னு நம்மளுக்கு வந்து யோசிச்சாலும் பட் அவங்களுக்கு தெரியும். ஷீ நோஸ் தட் ஃபேஷன் சென்ஸ் அண்ட் ஷீ நோஸ் த ஸ்டிச் அண்ட் சீம் அண்ட் எவ்ரி திங். ஸோ ஷீ இஸ் வெரி நாலேஜபிள். ஸோ கொஞ்சம் நமக்கே பக்குன்னு இருக்கும் அவங்களோட ஒர்க் பண்ணும்போது. பட் அதர் தென் தட் இட்ஸ் பின் அ ப்ரீஸ் அண்ட் we've had a great day. But you tell me. So
yeah, even with content creation, when I worked with these celebrities, for example Shreya Ghoshal that I worked with recently, she was so accommodative. I was so scared. Ayyo anga poi na enna panna poren avanga kitta. She came, she introduced herself. She said, why don't you tell a little bit about yourself? Na introduce பண்ணிட்டேன். And then they said, oh, we are boy moms, okay, let's chill. So she made me feel so comfortable and then she did it. And I actually finished the reel and everything and I asked her, do you really have to do this, ma'am? Like நீங்க ஒரு 5-6 influencers கூப்பிட்டு வச்சு you're spending 2-3 hours of your time making reels. And she said, this is who we are right now and I'm more than happy to support creators and do content with them, so I'm happy to. And it was so inspiring. So அந்த மாதிரி நிறைய, I think even content creation wise the celebrities have been such a breeze.
I think they make us super comfortable. I think even like randomly கால் வரும் லைக் லேட் இன் த ஈவினிங் ஆர் ஆல்மோஸ்ட் நைட் வந்து எடுத்தால் எனக்கு அந்த வாய்ஸ் கேட்டாலே சூப்பராக இருக்கும். சிவாங்கி லைக் ரெடியாக இருக்கீங்களா, ஓகே ட்ரெஸ் அனுப்புறீங்களா, அது மாதிரி செம்ம க்யூட்டாக பேசுவாங்களா. ஐம் லைக் ஓகே, ஏன்னா நான் வெரி டெக்ஸ்ட் பர்சன், நான் டெக்ஸ்ட்லேயே முடிச்சிருவேன். லைக் வந்து ஓகே இந்த டைம்க்கு அனுப்பணுமா அவுட்ஃபிட், அவங்க ஃபோன் பண்ணி பேசும்போது அவங்க வாய்ஸ் கேட்குறதே வந்து செம்ம க்யூட்டாக இருக்கும். ஐ திங்க் தே ஆர் த ஒன்ஸ் ஹூ மேக் அஸ் கம்ஃபர்டபிள். They always take that extra effort. I wanted to ask you about your wedding. அந்த டைமில் வந்து it was everywhere on social media, the whole vibe and the jewelry and the look, everything. I think it inspired a lot of people and the photos were a buzz. What kind of preparation went into that and tell us about that?
So my wedding happened during COVID.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of time to kill. I took that as an advantage and I started researching so much. So every look I put together, I needed it to be my style. I needed it to be really special, so that when my kids look back they'll be like, oh, this was a nice look and then maybe I can borrow something from it. So I had that as a vision. I won't say trend is bad, but I'll say timeless is better. So I wanted it to be a timeless thing that it can be passed on for generations. So COVID time la ஒரு லுக்குக்கும் நான் PPT எல்லாம் போட்டு அவ்வளோ டைம் இருந்துச்சு. என்ன பண்ணுறது, ஒரு லுக்குக்கும் ஓகே இது முகூர்த்தத்துக்கு ஊஞ்சல் ட்ரெஸ், ஊஞ்சலுக்கு இந்த மாதிரி ஜுவல்லரி அப்படின்ட்டு I took a lot of time. Of course I am very passionate about it, but definitely I think right now for people who don't have the time and still want to make their wedding moment special, I think you just be yourself. Again, I'm repeating myself, but be yourself. See what works well for you and include your parents, include your grandma, and I'm sure you'll have like a great look. But for me this was it. Lot of research, lot of personal involvement, and thankfully all the looks worked.
Adi, your husband, your childhood love, so he runs heavy metal clothing. How has you being an influencer, are you involved in it? Do you contribute to heavy metal clothing? Do you do designing? Are you part of it?
I am part of it, but not designing. அந்த பக்கமே நம்மளுக்கு வராதது பண்ண வேணான்ட்டு. But through Katari, we help them with marketing.
Okay.
So product market is so tough, but we are doing that. Like through marketing, we're able to support him, and we're trying to like do something different every day. But how do you manage? I'm sure service industry with a product industry is so difficult.
The thing is, it doesn't get easier with experience. That's the thing about product. So when I started 10 years ago, when people walked into Tamara, they used to ask me, என்னது இது ட்ரெஸ்ஸுனா என்ன, கீழே பேண்ட்ஸ் கிடையாதா, how does it work? Like, so from there, from a lot of people in Chennai not being familiar with wearing a single piece dress, to today there are hundreds or even thousands of brands, Instagram brands that sell dresses. It doesn't get easier, but we are learning even from the youngsters, we are learning from the new people. We are learning to give at a better cost. We are learning to keep innovating our designs. It's not easy, but it's something that we love to do. So I think we will keep doing we will be part of the cycle for many years to come. We'll keep trying, we'll keep trying to do what we do best.
Yeah, but I'm sure you've had your ups and downs, even everyone has less. So at any point did you feel like, why am I doing this? This is not for me abdinte? And how did you cope up? And you're still rocking right now, but how did you?
Often, I cannot lie. I mean, we are 10 years old. Very often I'll be like, எனக்கா ஒரு நாள் ஆர்டர்ஸ் கம்மியாக வந்தால் கூட ஐயோ எதுக்குடா பண்ணுறோம் வந்து தப்பாக பண்ணுறோமா நிறைய நம்மளோட பெட்டராக பேர் பண்ணுறாங்களா விட்டுடலாமா பேசாமல் வந்து மாமா மட்டும் இருக்கலாமா இதெல்லாம் நமக்கு தேவையா இந்த கொஸ்டின்ஸ்லாம் வந்து ட்வைஸ் அ மந்த் வரலன்னு நான் சொன்னால் அது கன்ஃபார்ம் போய் ரெகுலராக வரும். அப்புறம் திருப்பி ஒரு ஆர்டர் வந்தோடனே அப்படியே திருப்பி நம்மளை கொண்டு சூப்பராக நம்ம ட்ரெஸ் சூப்பராக இருக்கடா அப்படின்னு சொல்லி திருப்பி நம்மளை வந்து அப்படியே அந்த ஆர்டர் டிங்குன்னு அடிக்கும்போது திருப்பி நம்மளை வந்து மோட்டிவேட் பண்ணிட்டு போயிட்டே தான் இருக்கணும். பட் அந்த கிராஃப் இல்லாமல் ஐ டோன்ட் திங்க் எனிபடிஸ் லைஃப் இஸ் தேர். வி கீப் இட்ஸ் நாட் ஓன்லி கார்பரேட் தட் பீப்புள் கெட் இரிட்டேட்டட் அபவுட் ஈவன் த பிஸ்னஸ். அங்கேருந்து பார்க்கும்போது இது கிராஸ் இஸ் கிரீனர் அந்த அதர் சைட் மாதிரி தான். எனக்கு வந்து பெசாமல் வந்து ஒரு கார்பரேட் ஜாப் எடுத்துகிட்டு போயிடலாமா அந்த மாதிரி ஸ்டாண்டர்டாக யோசிப்பேன். Of course there are pros and cons in everything and I like doing this, so
I think that's the point. We like doing it and that's why we're still doing it la. Enakume vanda as an influencer, I started off as a blogger and I didn't know the word influencing.
No, none of us did,
right? So I just kept evolving. Actually na videos வந்து latest covid time la da na பண்ணுவேன். அதுக்கு முன்னாடி my format was writing and my format was pictures. So for me அப்போயே நான் வந்து என்னடா இது வீடியோ தான் போயிட்டுருக்கு, ரீல்ஸ் தான் போயிட்டுருக்கு, இஸ் இட் மை டைம் ஆர் ஷுட் ஐ ஜஸ்ட் கட் டவுன் அந்த மாதிரி எவ்வளோ யோசிச்சிருக்கேன். பட் ஐ திங்க் நீ சொன்ன மாதிரி ஐ லைக் இட், ஐ லவ் டூயிங் திஸ், ஐ லவ் கிரியேட்டிங் சம்திங்ன்றதுனால ஐ அடாப்டட் மை செல்ஃப். இப்போ நானும் வீடியோ எடிட்டிங் கற்றுக்கிறேன், வீடியோ டிஃப்ரெண்ட்டாக எப்படி பண்ணணும் அப்படின்ட்டு. ஸோ யா we're all like sailing I think on the same boat la.
Yeah. So over the years, I'm sure a lot of brands approach you, but how do you have a filtration process? How do you decide, authentically, சரி இந்த பிராண்டுக்கு நம்ம வந்து மக்களுக்கு எடுத்துட்டு போலாம், இது போக வேண்டாம், or do you have a filtration process? How do you do that?
I make sure that I always take up smaller brands as well as big brands. When it comes to small brands, I look at their authenticity. I look at how passionate they are. So it doesn't matter if they're ready to pay or not. If their story is nice, if I feel that I can relate to it and I feel like my followers will relate to it, I'll go for it. So I look at only two things: whether they are really authentic and they have a genuine story to tell, and whether it is relatable to my audience. Money or not, I don't really care when it comes to the smaller brands. So doing series like the tailoring series that sort of did really well, I didn't charge anyone for it. I felt it was a story that needed to be told, a platform like mine to support female, I won't say struggling, right now they're all doing really well, touch wood, but entrepreneurs who are trying to make it slightly more bigger than what they are. So I felt that way I make sure I filter. When it comes to big brands also, I think as and when we age, the brands also keep evolving. Now that I've become a new mom, I'm getting all mom collabs, baby collabs. I'm very selective because I know that people really do follow me. 10 வருஷமா என்ன ஃபாலோ பண்றதுனால there will be a set of people who genuinely believe in what I say, and I feel responsible for that. I can't just simply promote something that I don't believe in. So even if I believe in, say, caffeine, I will promote because I believe in it. Maybe future la na en kidku conflicts kudutha, maybe I will promote it. If I don't, I will not promote it. I choose based on whether I personally use it or not, and then whether it's relatable to my audience or not.
I think that's a good way, whether like you regularly use it or not, because it's hard for us just without any science research to really tell if that brand we cannot really take such a big responsibility on our shoulders, but at least like if you're using it, I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
How do you deal with negative comments or feedbacks on social media, especially with respect to this paid promotion, or this is a very tricky thing? How do you handle that?
Public profile vechale there will be negative comments. I'm sure even you face it on a regular basis. So yes, we do face negative comments, and that does put us down a little. காசு வாங்கிட்டு தான் இதை ப்ரமோட் பண்ணுறேன்ட்டு. We might get paid to promote certain brands, but we do it authentically. Like we put in our hard work, and this is our work. Content create பண்ணுறது, அதில் வந்து எங்களோட reimbursements or எங்களோட போனஸ் வந்து இந்த மாதிரி brand sponsorships. It does feel bad, but I feel like we only look at the positive side. Yes, there are some say or 3-4 negative comments that really pull you down, but there are 99 other positive comments. So a lot of people have benefited from even the brand collabs that I have posted. So I look into that and sort of okay po abdin solittu. But yeah, I'll be lying if I say that those don't, you know, bother me or hurt me. They do, but I look into this side.
So tell us positive, like something about your followers, some very special moment with your followers, anything like that?
A lot, thankfully. I'm not going to name this brand. This brand got in, messaged me saying that they were struggling so much, they couldn't make ends meet, and she was going through like a lot of issues mentally because of that. And after I posted for her, she sort of like it kicked off for her, and now she's running a successful business. And she said that because of you, I haven't taken any rash decisions. And that broke me. I said, oh my God, I can't believe, for me, it's just a reel, just a post.
Yeah.
But for that person, it was something that changed her life, that really made me feel that, okay, I am doing something, even if I'm not in, like, na viralana or periya influencer illana kuda, na pandrathu vandu really impactful konja perkavadhu irukku nu nenikumbodu I felt really
I think I have
happy.
not told you, but I'll take this interview as an opportunity. I have some customers, எனக்கே அப்படியே பார்க்க ஹாப்பியாக இருக்கும். அவங்க சொல்லுவாங்க, they will buy the clothes that you have bought because their body type is very similar to you. சுபிக்ஷா போட்டதெல்லாம் அப்படியே எனக்கு ஸ்க்ரீன்ஷாட் அனுப்பிச்சு எனக்கு இதெல்லாம் எனக்கு வந்து ஷிப் பண்ணிடுங்க. lot of international clients also. So that's why I said you're very relatable. அவங்க வந்து சரி அவளுக்கு நல்லா இருந்ததுன்னா ஓகே எனக்கும் நல்லா இருக்கும். You're not that proper model looking person, and you look so beautiful in these clothes that you wear that people are able to relate. I know that they specifically send your photos and ask for those dresses. So yeah, as a brand, of course, we are always happy to, you know, collaborate with you.
Thank you so much.
So how do you keep your creativity flowing and you know, staying relevant, especially when you're so mentally stretched, handling Veera and content creation? How is it now, your new role as a mom and still continuing your content creation? How has that been for you?
Definitely difficult. I'm sure you relate to it, and I'm sure many people relate to it. Being a mom is not easy. Every day is a challenge, but when you love something so much, your work, I think you can still put that 1 hour a day or that half an hour a day to make it work. Even though motherhood is consuming me right now fully, I make sure that, okay, in the 1 hour a day or Saturdays, I dedicate for my personal work. So that's keeping me going. Having that space for yourself, keeping that me time, big game changer. How about you? I mean, you're a senior here.
So yeah, like
does it get better?
Definitely. So Veera is only like 6 months old, but my son is 4 now, and he goes to school for about 5 hours, and that 5 hours is my guilt-free work time, you know. I get most of my work done that time, and definitely it gets easier because school is the time when you feel absolutely guilt-free. You can go about your work. வேற எப்பவுமே ஒரு மாதிரி மைண்ட் அங்கே திருப்பி வீட்டுக்கு போயிட்டே இருக்கும், யூனோ, குழந்தைய தனியாக விட்டு வந்திருக்கோன்ற அந்த ஒரு ஃபீலிங் இருந்துகிட்டே இருக்கும். பட் ஸ்கூலில் இருந்தாங்கன்னா யூ வில் ஃபீல் சேஃப், அண்ட் யூ வில் ஆல்சோ லேர்ன் டு கைண்ட் ஆஃப் ஸ்கெட்யூல் அரவுண்ட் யுவர் சைல்டு. அண்ட் ஐ திங்க், and I have not stopped working. I mean, that's when I said, you know, corporate job எடுத்துருக்கலாமோ, 3 months 6 months maternity அந்த மாதிரிலாம் இல்லை. C-section, 3rd day I'm back in my office. We don't get that luxury at all, but you will learn by that. You will learn to schedule, you know, around your child, and you just have to keep the work going.
Nice.
Influencing, content creation, a lot of people think it's just, you know, playing dress up and cafe hopping.
I really wish.
Yeah, but we know that it's not that, and there are a lot of struggles behind. So like, what is it like, the real struggle? Like, what do you face?
Right now, the main thing is people's perception, right? Nee sonna madri, people do think influencing is என்ன பண்றாங்க, they just come, they dress up, especially fashion சொல்றேன், they just come, dress up and go, and that's all, or they get paid for it, or they get views for it and all. But putting together that reel, there's a lot of thought that goes behind it. Okay, என்ன மாதிரி நம்ம
அதை present
பண்ணலாம், என்ன மாதிரி பண்ணா என்ன மாதிரி peopleக்கு பிடிக்கும், is it affordable, will my audience relate to it, will the brands get benefited from it, எல்லாமே பார்த்துட்டு we have to put together a very casual looking reel. If the reel is 10 seconds, the reel looks really casual, but there's hours of work behind it. அது நிறைய பேருக்கு புரியல. But right now, because the industry is booming, a lot of really talented influencers are coming up. I think people are understanding the value of influencers. I'm sure as a brand உனக்குமே வந்து influencer-ஓட I won't say power, but influencer-ஓட importance உனக்கு தெரிய வருதுல. So slowly now this is getting better and people are able to understand. So 10 years before versus now, big difference.
So we know the importance of content, and influencers are the people who are giving us that content, and brands currently are thriving only on content. So it's a perfect triangle. We need content, we need influencers, we need the brands. I mean, the brands need these two, and of course nothing
They
without
need the brands,
and of course nothing without our audience. But
For sure,
we need these three things. So over almost a decade, right? Like over a decade, you've done tons of campaigns and posts. And is there anything that you hold very close to your heart? And I'm going to close with this question. Anything?
நான் வந்து சத்தியமாக இது உன்னோட இன்டர்வியூன்னு சொல்லலை, பட் till now, even though I hardly model for you, I'm still called the Tamara girl. I don't know if you know, a lot of people play, உங்களை நான் தமாராவோட வெப்சைட்டில் பார்த்துருக்கேன். So even though I worked with big brands, we started together. So it genuinely feels special. This gives me an opportunity to look back and be like, பா எவ்வளோ நம்ம வளர்ந்துருக்கோம்னா business wise அப்படி சொல்லலை, but our minds, our priorities and everything has changed. So I'll always be the proud Tamara girl. And I think that campaign really holds a special place in my heart always. And நீயுமே சூப்பரா வந்து you're growing the business. 10 years back, like people said, I mean, like people were wondering, dress up, கீழே என்ன போடுவோம்?
Exactly.
I remember there were hardly any brands, and I walked into your store because I was so mesmerized by the collection that was so forward. I'm not saying Chennai is not, but சென்னைக்கு இன்னுமே டைம் எடுக்குது to for the fashion அதை வந்து இன்னும் accept பண்ணிக்க. But you thought ahead. Kudos to you, and now you're like doing so well, and I'm so proud of what you're doing.
Thank you so much for joining us today. So we wish you all the best with your influencing, content creation, and of course Katari Madras. And I'm so happy to start this new initiative of mine, Beyond the Closet with Tamara, with the first episode being Subhiksha, who is the first influencer that walked into Tamara. And thank you so much, Subhi, for joining us today.
Divya.
Thank you. Thank you so much for watching till the very end of the video. We hope to entertain you with a lot of very relatable fashion content, and this is our very new initiative from Tamara.
So don't forget to subscribe to their channel and support them.